Hi, and welcome to American Top 40.
I'm Daryl Hall.
And I'm John Oates.
Yeah, Casey Kasem couldn't be here this week. He knew we were out on the road doing concerts and asked us if we'd like to take some time out and risk our careers and do American Top 40.
And Casey left us with notes and records and a staff waiting on us hand and foot and the Billboard chart, which Daryl and I are pretty familiar with already. And it says there are 4 debut songs in the top 40 this week.
Yeah, there are new hits by Pat Benatar, Kenny Loggins, REO Speedwagon, and New Edition. So we're ready to roll here, starting at...
Whoa, wait a minute, Daryl. Hold on a second. Casey usually talks about the top 3 songs from the week before.
Oh, that's right. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, anyway, number 3 was New Sensation by NXS. Number 2 was Pour Some Sugar on Me by Def Leppard.
And moving up to number 1 was Richard Marx's song, Hold On to the Nights. And that's last week's top 3.
So now we're ready to go. Let's, John, try that button over there.
Okay.
Try again.
American Top 40.
Well, the next song you hear on AT40 will be the biggest selling song in the nation this week. And the duo who sing it are definitely onto something big. Last year they received 4 gold records, and it was the first year they ever appeared in the top 40. The men are Daryl Hall and John Oates, and they earned their gold for a top 5 single, Sarah Smile, and for 3 albums. I'd say 1976 was a pretty good year for this pair, and it looks like 1977 is heading in the same successful direction. This week, they have the most popular song in America for the second week in a row. At number 1, here are Daryl Hall and John Oates.
You're a rich girl, and you're gone too far, 'cause you know it don't matter anyway. American Top 40.
We're coming to you from Hollywood. Now, we're up to the current hit by the American duo who once had an experience that made them national heroes in Australia. It's the story of what happened a few years ago to Daryl Hall and John Oates. The Hall & Oates band were on tour in Australia, and in the city of Melbourne, after their concert, they were in a restaurant relaxing and having a snack when all of a sudden, Daryl Hall says, this guy ran in with a shotgun and a ski mask on, yelling and screaming. We thought it was a joke. Then this guy started waving his gun in our faces, and it was getting a little crazy. He went over to a couple, and as he took their money, he lowered his shotgun a little bit. That was all we needed. One of the guys in the band grabbed the gun, and then everybody jumped on this guy. He ran away from us and straight through a plate glass window. So we grabbed him and waited for the cops to come. And it turned out he was one of the most wanted criminals in Australia. So we became national heroes. Unquote. And that's the story of the adventures of Hall & Oates Down Under. This week, the current smash by the crime-busting duo is at number 37 on American Top 40, Method of Modern Love, Hall & Oates.
The hits from coast to coast.
Next on American Top 40, a man who became famous as the lead singer of Hall & Oates. Daryl Hall says that in 18 years of songwriting, his current songs are the most personal. He says, I'm writing about overcoming emotional experiences and dealing with my demons. End of quote. The name of his second solo hit is Foolish Pride. Daryl Hall's debuting at number 39. The songwriter who came out of the R&B sound of Philadelphia, he hit it big, very big, in a duo with his partner John Oates, and now he's working solo. Daryl Hall debuting at number 39 with Foolish Pride.
American Top 40.
Casey's away, but you've got Daryl Hall and John Oates here today, and I'm Daryl.
And I'm John, and
Now they tell us here at American Top 40 that we get to play any song we want.
oh, pretty cool. We get to be the DJ.
That's right. So we thought about it and we said, hey, why not play one of our own?
Well, why not?
Hey, why not indeed? It's a song that hit number 1 in 1982, and the night it did, we weren't partying, drinking champagne, and swinging from chandeliers, that's for sure.
We weren't? Wait a minute, no.
Well, we might have been, but...
On the contrary, we were stranded out in the middle of nowhere hitchhiking.
Yeah, that's right. We were doing a concert in Kansas City, Missouri at the time. I remember it well when we got the word that the song had hit number 1, and it was our 4th number 1, I believe. Anyway, that night we went out to get some dinner to a barbecue rib place.
Yeah, and this limo that took us to the barbecue joint, well, we ate dinner and then walked outside and the limo wasn't there.
Yeah, no limo. That's right. So we waited, it never showed up.
Yeah. We thought about getting a cab and there was none of those around either. So we're standing in front of this rib place and really, I mean, we're in the middle of nowhere. And we finally say, hey, I guess we better start walking, man.
Yeah, so this guy drove by in a pickup truck, and he stopped and said, you guys need a lift. So there we were with the number 1 record. I was riding in the back of the pickup truck in the flatbed, riding back to the hotel.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. And
it gives you soul
it's
that
like
way.
going in style, you know what I mean?
Right.
And the song that hit number one that night, I Just Can't Go For That, of course.
Yeah, so here it is, as a little extra special song for you. Our number one song from 1982, I Can't Go For That.
Casey's Top 40.
I'm Casey Kasem, counting down the 40 biggest hits in the USA.
Number 34.
Climbing three notches are a pair of 41-year-old singer-songwriters who met while they were both students at Temple University in Philadelphia. That was back in 1967. Since then, their partnership has carried them to the top 10 18 times. Here are Daryl Hall and John Oates with Don't Hold Back Your Love.
I know what it's like.
Casey's Coast to Coast.